right, Gabriella here needs a little help here. She is worried that her friends thinks that she is a traitor, and she wants to make sure that that is not happening. Hey, Gabriella.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. All right, so what do we got going on here?
Okay, so my friend Chelsea has always been just kind of, a little dramatic, and it gets a little annoying sometimes, but I love her. She is like a little sister to me. That's still my girl. So we've been friends for years, and of course, we've had little arguments here and there, whatever, but nothing like anything we're going through right now. So, of course, and, as friends, we follow each other on social media, on TikTok, and she's always posted those little cute videos and trying to get those to blow up and go viral and all of that. So the other day I was scrolling, and she posted a video, and it was like her sleeping in the bed looking all beautiful and peaceful. But then the caption, it was like, how I sleep after cutting toxic people out of my life. And I'm like, okay, we didn't talk about any toxic people, so I wanted to know what was the tea. So I immediately text her, and I was just like, hey, I saw your video. What's up? What's the tea? And it was like, no response. So, okay, cool for a minute. But then later on that night, I text her again, and she still hadn't responded, and that's not like her at all. So then I realized that my text didn't show delivered. So I'm like, that's really strange. And then I realized she blocked me. And I'm like, what? So I go to Instagram, I go to Twitter, and she's blocked me on everything.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, she even blocked me on Be Real. So I'm like, okay, maybe she just didn't block me on TikTok. I don't know what that's about. So I think it's pretty obvious at this point that I was probably the one she was talking about in that TikTok video. But I don't even know what's happening. She hasn't talked to me. We didn't argue about it. She didn't say anything. So,
and it seems to me she blocked you on everything but TikTok because she wanted you to see that video.
Christian with the observation,
yes, let's
right?
make it worse.
Women.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was, we just went on a girls trip. We were in Miami. We had a great time.
Okay.
And that was just a couple of weeks ago. So it was like our last TikTok together, we were at the club together in Miami. So I was just like, everything was cool. I thought we had a great time on the trip. So I hadn't really thought about it, and I hadn't really talked to her since we got back from the trip, but I thought, we had fun. Everything was fine. We didn't argue on the trip. I mean, she was a little bit quiet at the end of the trip, but you know how sometimes at the end of vacation, you're just kind of
tired and over it.
You're kind of tired a little bit. Yeah, you're ready to get back home, get back to normal, even though you had a good time. So I honestly have no idea what I did. She didn't text me any long texts to strew me out or anything. So I'm really trying to figure out what happened.
All right, it has been said that over the course of history, wars are only about a couple of different things: money and relationships. So in this particular case, did you not split a bill, or was she paying for you this weekend and you didn't volunteer? Or was there a guy or a woman involved this weekend that she was interested in that you stole?
No, there were no one-night stands. We worked out everything with the bills. We split everything. Everything was fair. We knew up front what the cost was for our room and for the food. I mean, nothing like that at all.
Not even something like you may be getting a little more attention than she was getting, or something in that degree?
I don't think so. I mean, we each had a couple of guys that we kind of flirted with, what have you, but none of us, neither one of us kind of like went off on a date or, had any, like I said, no one night stands or any kind of flings or anything with anybody. So, but yeah, I think we both were having fun. We were both kind of flirting a little bit. Nothing too heavy.
This has happened to me before, in that you go out on a trip with a whole bunch of dudes or women or whatever, and if you're not in contact with each other all the time, you don't realize that your lives are just different now. Like, you guys aren't the same two people. You're in a different stage of life, and then the relationship just kind of falls off. Is that possible?
I I mean, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, like I said, she has now blocked me, so this isn't just a fall off.
Right,
she's intentionally like blocking me on stuff. But like you said, that one TikTok, she didn't. So it's like, okay, so you were trying to hurt me? Like, what does this mean? But there was no explanation to it. There was no. Like I said, she didn't respond to my text and say, you know what you did, or this is what you did, or she didn't have a friend tell me. There's, nothing. I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like we're thinking a little too on the nose if we're thinking specifically about what happened on that weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The way that women break off relationships, whether it's romantic or friendships, it's always sort of this underlying unspoken resentment that sort of builds up over time. And there's no bigger chaos crockpot than a girls' trip, especially in Miami. So I feel like whatever resentment she was throwing into the crock pot over the last 6 months or so finally just exploded on that girls' trip. So I feel like it's maybe something that happened before that just all came to a head in Miami.
Chaos crockpot. I will be using that. All right, so Gabriella, Tommy has already reached out. So we're going to have some answers for you in a couple of minutes.
I did. And Gabriella, you said that she has not reached out to you, said, you know what you did. Well, she kind of said that to me. In fact, she said she definitely knows what she did.
What?
Well, she definitely doesn't. So this is why we got some answers for you. So hang with for just a couple of minutes, and when we come back, we'll tell you exactly why you guys aren't going to be friends, okay? All right, Gabriella, are you ready?
I am ready, beyond ready.
Okay, so Tommy reached out to your friend that has definitely cut you off.
Yeah.
And we got answers for you. Tommy, you want to take it from here?
And before the break, I teased it by saying that Chelsea, your friend, says she definitely knows what she did. Now, this is obviously a huge thing to Chelsea, maybe not so much to you, but here we go. I said, hello, Chelsea. My name is Tommy. I'm the show director for a radio morning show called The Bert Show. A friend of yours reached out to us to see if we can get some answers on why you're no longer on speaking terms. Did you mean to block your friend Gabriella? And Chelsea said, hi, Tommy. I know of The Bert Show. I did mean to block Gabriella. I'm not sure if it's possible to accidentally block someone. And I said, just checking. Gabriella told us she's not sure what she did wrong and is really looking for some answers. Would you be willing to give some? And Chelsea said she definitely knows what she did. And I said, she really doesn't. And she said she might be pretending not to know, but she intentionally embarrassed me on vacation, and there's no way she would know what she did to hurt me. And I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Can you elaborate? And she says, you know the TikTok trend where you film your friend before they go out and start drinking, and then you show what they look like at the end of the night?
Oh, this is one of my favorite trends, especially the ones at weddings are the best. So they'll be like, hi, my name's Kristen. I'm a bridesmaid, and this is my first drink of the night. And then you go to the end, and it's like,
My favorite one that I saw was a groomsman, and he's like, this is my first drink of the night. And then it cut to his second drink, but instead of him being like really sloshed, he was just like rolling around in the ocean. First drink, last drink perspective is always, it's always a good one. They do it for bachelorette parties. They do it for weddings.
Okay.
God, there was one bride, Lord, I'm like, he definitely didn't get any on the night of his wedding. She could not string a sentence together.
All right, maybe this happened in the Miami weekend also.
All right, well, Bert, I wasn't familiar with these, and I said, I don't think we have the same TikTok algorithm, but I understand the concept. And Chelsea said, she had the idea to film that as a TikTok on a vacation we took together, which was cool with me at first. But then instead of posting a cute video of me drunk, she set me up with this awful video she took. And I said, what?
Go ahead.
That's the trend. I mean, that's what it's funny.
All right. Let me continue. I said, are you comfortable sharing what the video was? And Chelsea said she's blasted it all over social media, so I guess it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, everybody knows. Everybody in the world.
So on the last night of our girls' trip, she says, we were out and someone got around to lemon drops. But since I'm not basically an alcoholic like Gabriella and actually care about my body.
Shots fired. Damn.
I couldn't take it, and it just came right back up, and unfortunately, I got a little bit on my friend. And I said, so you vomited on your friend?
Damn.
And she said, that makes it sound really gross. I just spit it back up and it got on my friend's dress.
So yes, she threw up on her friend.
No, she tried to take the shot, but she spit the shot out.
No, that is not what happened.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what she's trying to make it sound like. She vomited on her friend.
I just spit it back up on my friend, and I got him on my friend's dress.
Was she a baby? No. All right, I said, okay, I see. So you're uncomfortable with the fact she posted that video of you. And she said, not only did she post it, she showed it to the entire bar.
Well, yeah.
She thought it was the funniest thing she'd ever seen in her life.
It's pretty funny.
She even showed guys. I just Ubered back to the hotel, and I didn't talk to her for the rest of the trip. And I said, I totally get it. Do you consider this the end of your friendship with Gabriella? And she said, unless she wants to let me record her peeing her pants and post it on TikTok, yeah, I'm not interested.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
And that's how it is.
New trend.
All right. So
Oh my gosh.
I think she's pissed right now. This is not something that's going to break a friendship. All right. She's just pissed. She just got back from Miami. She's embarrassed. So she made her point, but this is not going to be forever, right?
No,
Really?
can totally see it being forever. And this just, honestly, Gabriella, like, I'm incensed for you because here's the thing. Feelings aside, or not even feelings aside, her feelings were hurt. She's embarrassed. And even though this isn't something that would embarrass you, this is something that clearly embarrassed her. But the problem is you're going to step on your friend's toes, especially if alcohol is involved. Like, that's going to happen at some point, no matter how long, if you've been friends with someone for a while. So this is on her for not communicating that this was something that was hurtful to her. Like, I just don't understand what's so difficult about vocalizing when your friends hurt you so that you can make amends. I've just never understood why you would rather be bitter and alone and cut people off rather than just vocalize to your friends so that you can move on from it.
Like, what would typically happen, or at least what I would hope would happen, is like the next morning, and this is like classic code for a girls' weekend, when you have like a wild feral night out, the next morning everybody gathers in one room and you literally reminisce about the entire night, right? And you rehash all that stuff. It would have been, I agree with Abby, it would have been nice if Chelsea would have been like, hey, that really hurt my feelings. I felt like you were you were picking on me and you were making fun of me, and like you weren't laughing with me, you were laughing at me, and I didn't think it was cool that you did that.
Yeah, if I'm you, Gabriella, I would feel like, one, I mean, like you said, that was the point of what we were doing. And yeah, she had plenty of time to communicate if she wanted to backtrack and not go through with it. And she should have communicated that. But in listening to her throw the jabs of being an alcoholic and caring about your body, that would probably make me feel like there's a little more to it. And you've probably had some of this lingering already. So I really wouldn't take this one personally. It's unfortunate, but I don't think it's all on you.
Well, at least you have the info now.
Yeah, now you know.
Right?
Yeah, that totally sucks because I definitely would have taken the video down. I had no idea that caused all of this.
Well, reach out to her. She's obviously hurt. She wishes you wouldn't have done that. You wish she would have handled it differently. So try to communicate with her today and see if there's any salvaging of it.
All you got to do is pee your pants.
Yeah, I mean, hard can that be? Yeah. Women and dudes are so different here because had I taken that video of you and you were upset by it, right? Mm-hmm. I would have found an electronic billboard somewhere around town and put it up there.
The Bert Show.